Here we are on one of the typical Ward winter roads. It's pretty much covered in solid ice. It's pretty difficult to walk down. Some people are crazy enough to drive down this stuff. I don't know how do they do it, but we're going to try walking down right now. It's going alright so far. Oh god. Oh, a little slip right there. Nothing bad. Oh, I'm snowboarding down the hill on my feet now. It's all good. Looks like this is a nice, gnarly wood cutting saw that these people put out here. I don't know if they're still cutting with it, but looks like it did its job pretty good. Oh, right here we have a sweet old ride. I wouldn't mind as my first car, but you know, probably doesn't work either.
This is the town post office, the town hall, the dojo where martial arts and other things go down, like yoga. And then we also have the free box where people who can't afford clothing for themselves can get clothing from the community.
Oh yeah, and also in the winter the hill is too icy for most people to get up, so this is kind of the hill people's parking place because they can't get to their house. Mentioned earlier, but behind this town duplex building there's also a library in here. I'm gonna go and check it out right now. Oh, and then they have a lock on here. You have to open up so little kids and stuff can't get in. Jackson Bucks. It's all nice. Got a nice little library desk right here, except for nobody's there usually. Kind of dark in here. I guess they don't waste much money on lighting. Well, looks like we have right here. It looks like we have the playground. Nice little plaque to commemorate it. Nice pole to slide down. It's a little slide. It's even got its own swing set. But the one thing I don't get about this is why does it have this statue just right here? I mean, little kids aren't going to have fun on that or anything. This is the Quest building. I guess it used to be the Columbia building, but changed over. Ward's primary source of like phone, power, and all that stuff, so you can call people. It's even got the old outhouse back here for some reason. Maybe it was used for a different purpose at one time, but right back here in the corner you can see that there's kind of this grayish part that stands out from the white, and that's where some kids a while back broke in to the Quest building. This is the road up to the town hall area where we just came from. Now we're going to start heading up this street called Utica. It's pretty windy out right now. And this is the main street in town where all the stores and good stuff like that are located. Right there's the old general store, but it turned into somebody's house or something now. And that's the current store right there. See some biker getting out with his goodies. I'm gonna go up there and say hi to our friends. We're here right now in the heart of Ward on Utica Street. It's pretty nice. Got a stone wall right here. The old store right there I told you all about. I don't even know what that is. Maybe a house or something. And right here is the current store. See, it says Utica Street store up there. I don't know if you can read it on here. There's a payphone. It's got a wooden box. Guess the other one didn't last very long. I'm gonna go inside, but we can't film, so
This used to be a store in Ward, a pretty big one too. It was the main centerpiece. But then there was a fire and it burned down. And then some kids in town decided to turn it into a skate park. But then the town had to shut that down because they felt it was unsafe. As you can see, the stonework is kind of collapsing, so I can understand where the town would get this idea.
Looks like Ward hasn't really gotten around to cleaning this up yet.
This is it might just look like a junk pile, but this used to be an old man's home. He was really a nice guy, and he would get mad when little kids played in the junk, but other than
Like
that,
us.
he was cool. And the junk, I think, is one of the cooler junk pieces in town. All the other stuff is just people's trash, but this is actually a piece of art.
Yeah, that's art right there, guys. See that? Art. Right here is a old boat somebody just left up here in Ward, and here's a bunch of old cars. Old van. Another old car. Oh, that's a new Jeep. And that's a old fire truck Ward used to use. And that's the Ward ambulance that Ward used not too long ago, but now we use a classic ambulance that Jefferson County donated to us. And right behind this red ambulance is a World War II ambulance that Ward used to use a long time ago. Right up here on the right is the Ward Fire Department. Yeah, it's a pretty cool fire department. I think it's like the only one that's actually made out of wood other than one in this other town near here.
At the back of this person's house, he built a teepee out of glass. I think that this is pretty cool and one of the more artistic pieces in Ward. To the right here, we have the building that contains the Ward's water pumping systems. The water comes from a spring and then goes in there and is stored, and if water runs dry, then we have backup water. It also pumps water to the rest of the town. This is the Columbia. It's had many different people living in it. Usually people don't last more than a couple of years. But, I don't know, it's a pretty cool building. It's kind of falling apart. It's a big house. Usually multiple people live in it. And a bit of junk around it. Nice place to live in, though, overall. And then over here on the left of the road, we have the old town jail. But like most stuff in town, it's just ended up filled up with junk.
Looks like a tin shack that's rusted. This is the church. It's one of the nicer buildings in town. As well as being the town church, a place for town meetings and celebrations. We just had our Thanksgiving feast here together. I don't really need to be filming this, but I'm just gonna say, for so many junk cars around town, this guy has some pretty decent cars. Not bad for a Ward person. Now we're on the Switzerland Trail, which is a road in this section. Yes, it is paved. This actually used to be one of the largest railways in Colorado, but they took it down some years ago. I think a while ago, actually, like a long time ago. And this was the depot around here where the train stopped and unloaded and people and goods got on and off of the train. In the woods behind Ward on the Switzerland Trail, and it's once again covered in ice like many other roads in Ward, especially since we're on this back hill slope that doesn't see sunlight very much. It's like 2 o'clock, barely any sunlight, trees block most of it out. Right here, some more junk cars.
That Firebird's not bad, man.
Firebird? That's a pretty sweet car. Boom, 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 boom. Not bad, not bad. Those are some older junk cars. People have been leaving their junk here, I guess, since the 1900s.